This video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. The One Piece fan letter was one of the best experiences in the One Piece anime, or just in general for One Piece as a fan, for me ever. Like literally, especially with my expectations being so low going into it. I did not expect a lot, even though Megumi Ishitani is always amazing, but I was just taken aback. But for this project, did you catch the hidden parallels, the swordsman debate, or that unexpected hidden detail in the fan letter episode? From the symbolic frames in Marineford to the iconic half-nude Frankie frame, this episode had it all. And as a huge fan of One Piece for years, I gotta say, I have never imagined One Piece would look like this, with so many unique perspectives and details packed into one single episode. So let's dive in and uncover every hidden gem I found in this episode. Surfshark, which is a virtual private network, is an award-winning VPN. You may think it's something you don't need, or you don't understand what a VPN does or how it works. Well, I'm here to help you with that, because a VPN is your own private network that you can use to protect your information, while for us, of course, streaming and shopping is close to Black Friday, or just casually browsing the internet, which we use a lot. We are anime fans over here, so if you want to get access to that site that may be a little sketch and you want to be safe, Surfshark probably should be used to get our anime fix safely. It's funny because incognito mode to some people is very secure, but fun fact, all it means is your browser isn't saving cookies. Your ISP can still track your activity and collect your data. It also does not stop websites from seeing your location. I know, calm down, it's a bit crazy, but I have a solution. With Surfshark VPN, which has 3,200 plus servers in 100 countries, mind you, it blocks ads, trackers, malware, and even phishing attempts from users trying to steal your information. Even if you go out of the country, you can change your virtual location so you can continue business as usual with your shows, etc. So to start browsing safely, click the link below and go to surfshark.com/B.D.A for 4 extra months of Surfshark at an unbeatable price. Guys, click the link below and protect yourself today with Surfshark. First things first, this episode is set in 2 timelines, during the chaotic Marineford arc and the Return to Sabaody arc, which are already 2 fan favorite arcs. But here we see both the arcs through a different lens. First, the Marineford War through the eyes of regular Marines, and the Return to Sabaody arc through a young little girl who idolizes the Straw Hats, especially Nami. It's a refreshing perspective, providing a new emotional depth to the Summit War and the reunion of the Straw Hats. And the best part is, it's filled with moments that have major implications for the overall story. We start off the episode with the intense clash between Kizaru and Marco. Now, most fans remember this fight from Marco's impressive ability of blocking Kizaru, which is insane because it's an admiral attacking him, and he has his mythical zone, which, let's be honest, Kizaru's power is one of the most OP in the entire series. But in this episode, there's an extra layer. We see Marco's blue flames flickering way more intensely, hinting at the Phoenix's regenerative power being pushed to its limits against Kizaru's relentless light-based attacks, showing just how strong Kizaru is. And he's pushing Marco to regenerate continuously in this fight. And if it was not for his regenerative powers, Marco might not have been that impressive, or should I say, might not have even been alive to tell Whitebeard's story. And we can't forget Jozu's clash with Aokiji, leading to one of the more tragic moments of the arc, as Jozu is stopping Aokiji from coming towards Luffy's way. There's a chilling frame that highlights the ice crystallization on Jozu's body, showcasing the brutal nature of Aokiji's powers, which we often forget. I mean, the Garp vs. Aokiji episode kind of reminded us of that, but the freezing detail here isn't just a cool visual. It's a reminder of how dangerous Marine admirals can be in direct combat, even against top-tier commanders like Jozu and Marco. We also get to see Stainless, Doberman, Momonga, Bastille, and Strawberry in action. Now, for those who missed it, these vice admirals have a brief but impactful appearance during the episode. It's a subtle nod to their roles in Marineford, and it's interesting to see how they react to the chaos unfolding around them, giving us a sense of their personalities and combat styles. Momonga, as always, is the stern strategist, while Bastille seems more aggressive in handling the situation, just like he did during the Dressrosa arc and got bodied by my boy Sabo. Now, amidst all this chaos, we see Ivankov dodging Pacifista's attacks with her exaggerated moves, and this is a reminder of how important Ivankov was in the Marineford War, as she saved Luffy multiple times throughout the whole arc, even going against the likes of Akainu, Kuma, and Magellan. One of the standout callbacks in this episode is Doflamingo cutting off Oro Jr.'s leg, because we've seen this before obviously, but it's given a more gruesome touch, emphasizing the cruelty of Doflamingo's string power and how devastating his strings can be. It's a reminder of Dofi's role in the war and foreshadows the menace he'll later be in Dressrosa. Now, I'm pretty sure if Oda hadn't censored some of Dofi's crimes, we would have seen a real bloodbath in Dressrosa and even in Marineford. We even get a quick look at Moria versus Jinbei, that clash, or should I say Jinbei casually whooping Moria's ass with little to no difficulty, because because Jinbei's Fishman Karate is just on full display, countering Moria's zombies with his powerful water-based attacks, and of course, that's Moria's weakness in regards to the salt and the seawater. So this brief scene is a great reminder of Jinbei's strength and his role in the Marineford War. Now, one of the most beautiful frames in this episode is the parallel of two pirate brothers and two marine brothers. This moment just reminds us that we don't just like One Piece for fights and entertainment. It's moments like these that actually manage to capture the beauty of this series. This is a symbolic moment. While Luffy tries to save Ace and fails, the marine brother in contrast actually manages to save his brother. Now, one could say Luffy did save Ace, but then Ace kind of sabotaged the mission, so it's a toss-up based on how you look at it, but it's a harsh reminder of Marineford's tragedy, but also a symbolic representation of the choices and sacrifices that define both sides of the war. This arc was all about brotherhood, loyalty, and the cost of failure in this world. You can argue this is the most impactful moment in this series. There's also an intriguing parallel drawn between Luffy's battle against two pacifistas and his later battle against two Yonko in Wano. This parallel isn't just a cool visual comparison, it's a clear representation of how far Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates have indeed come. The pacifistas were once nearly impossible for him and the crew to handle, but now he's going toe-to-toe with two of the world's strongest pirates, like ever. And it's a subtle but powerful way to show Luffy's growth over the 2-year time skip. We also cannot forget the debate among the Marines about the strongest swordsman, which was the funniest part of the episode. This debate felt like a typical power scaling debate on One Piece Twitter. While Mihawk is naturally brought up, there's a surprising mention of Akainu and Blackbeard in the debate. Whitebeard being mentioned in these debates is understandable since he possesses one of the 12 great swords, or great blades, but here one Marine argues that Akainu might be the strongest swordsman. Now this joke might actually be a reference to Oda's official artwork of the young Marines. Now in this artwork, we can see a young Akainu carrying a sword, which I think he probably used to carry before getting his Magu Magu no Mi. And I don't blame him, because who would use a freaking sword to kill pirates when you got the strongest Logia on the planet? Meanwhile, another Marine points out that Blackbeard's claw weapon would technically qualify him as a swordsman, which again is an interesting take since we saw Blackbeard using his weapon prior to getting his dark fruit. And just to remind you, this was a weapon that we presume that he used to give Shanks his iconic scar. These wild theories really do the job of adding the comedic confusion to the scene, while also making fun of the ongoing debate about Mihawk's title. I'm still surprised how no one at the table brought up Shanks, and if you've been on One Piece Twitter, you know how big, toxic of a debate Mihawk versus Shanks is, and seeing that his name wasn't even brought up is actually kind of hilarious. Zoro and Sanji, meanwhile, both have funny interactions with these clueless Marines, and both take out their frustration on the Marines after the Marines mock them, right? But there's just a little difference. Zoro does it when they make fun of his three-sword style technique, meanwhile Sanji does it when they don't even consider him on Zoro's level. Yeah, I know, someone in Toei gotta be a hardcore Zoro stan, I've said it before, because the Sanji disrespect in the anime, it's on another level, but I digress. The bookstore scene is pure gold. For anyone who's been a fan of Water 7 and the arc, they would love this scene because it features some of the best characters of the Water 7 arc, and as the kids are flipping through a magazine, we also got to see a butt-naked Frankie, censored of course, and it's revealed that they got this iconic photo when Frankie was running like this throughout Water 7. Also, we see Chopper's reaction, which is both adorable and relatable, and he's in awe of Frankie's fame, which aligns with his usual childlike wonder, and it's a cute touch that reminds us of the crew's family-like dynamic. The little girl's admiration, and again, we don't know any of their names, which is, I think, perfect, which we just get the perspective of just a random average person, right? The Marines' average general, no name, just a face. But her admiration for Nami is one of the more touching parts of this episode because she sees Nami as proof that you don't need superpowers to achieve your dream and that a powerless girl can still make a difference. It's a powerful moment that not only highlights Nami's impact on the One Piece world, but also symbolizes how the Straw Hats inspire people from all walks of life. We also got introduced to the Marine Commander, the benevolent king of the waves, who's a die-hard Chopper fan, and his affection for Chopper and moral dilemma. I also find this really interesting that a high-ranking Marine is a Chopper fan because we know Chopper's bounty for some reason is always low. So, speculatively, could this be his work? Maybe he's done this on purpose in order to save Chopper from bounty hunters. Who knows? But that is a major theory going around. Now, we also got to see Perona's ghost multiple times making a hilarious appearance, sending the little girl into depression and also taking out Marines. Then there's also a hilarious moment most of you missed, is CP9 kidnapping the fake Chopper. Now, if you remember in the original Return to Sabaody arc, CP9 once mistook the fake Robin for the real one. But in this episode, it's even dumber. They somehow believe that the fake Chopper, who is supposed to be a reindeer, is actually a fox. wearing a hat. Seriously, CP9 has hit a new low after Lucci and his gang left. It's a funny nod to how clueless they've become, almost like the group's serious persona is lost without their top agents around. I don't know. The climax of the episode is an intense chase as the girl tries to stop the Marines' plan to use the new weapon to take down the Straw Hat ship. Now, the moment she manages to rip her letter instead of the passkey is both tragic and clever, showing her quick thinking even in a desperate situation. This moment highlights her similarity with Nami and shows how she actually looks up to her. The ending delivers a surprisingly emotional punch, right? The girl admits her failure, but the Marine brothers reassure her, bringing a bittersweet close that captures the harsh yet hopeful spirit of the One Piece world. Now, even though she couldn't deliver her letter, she still made a difference by stopping the weapon and finally meeting Nami in real life, somewhat. It's a reminder that sometimes the journey is just as impactful as achieving the goal. I think this episode really shows just how far One Piece has come with the insane animation quality and all these extra details. It's almost like we're seeing the series through a whole new lens, and as a longtime fan, I never imagined One Piece would look this good. Like capturing the heart of the story while adding such fresh depth. Episodes like this are a reminder of why we fell in love with One Piece in the first place. But what about you guys? What was something about the episode that you loved that you caught that nobody else did? Some hidden details that I even missed, right? Drop them in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know. Be more like it for different things, different arcs, different stories, maybe some one-shots, but more deep dives are coming. This was amazing. We need more fan letters from different perspectives, different arcs, different moments, something from Arlong Park, someone that was sitting in the Baratier when Mihawk showed up, right? That would be hilarious. And also, one caveat, Megumi Shitani has to be the one directing it, right? She has to be the one. But thank you guys. Like the video, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.